For years, the biggest battles in tech were fought on screens: new apps, new devices, new platforms. Companies competed for user attention, subscription growth, and ecosystem dominance. The race was visible and consumer-facing. But in 2026, the real competition is happening somewhere else. It's happening in data centers, chip fabrication plants, energy contracts, cooling systems, and fiber networks. Big tech's infrastructure arms race is just getting started, and it may define the next decade of technological power. The first driver is artificial intelligence. AI is not just another software layer. It is compute-intensive, energy-hungry, and infrastructure-dependent. Training frontier models requires enormous clusters of advanced GPUs. Running inference for millions of users demands sustained, high-density processing capacity. Owning that capacity is no longer optional for major tech companies. Relying entirely on third parties introduces cost volatility and competitive vulnerability. So companies are investing directly in custom silicon, proprietary server designs, and massive data center campuses. Capital expenditures have surged accordingly. What makes this an arms race is not just scale, it's strategic urgency. If one company deploys significantly more AI compute, it can iterate models faster, support more enterprise clients, and integrate AI deeper into its products. Compute capacity becomes competitive leverage. The second dimension of this race is energy. Data centers are now among the largest industrial consumers of electricity in the United States. AI clusters intensify that demand dramatically. To secure reliable supply, tech giants are signing long-term power purchase agreements, investing in renewable projects, and even exploring partnerships near nuclear facilities. Energy access is becoming as important as chip access. Companies that lock in stable, large-scale energy contracts gain predictability and insulation from grid volatility. This is not just about sustainability branding, it is about operational continuity. Another layer involves custom chip development. Rather than depending solely on third-party semiconductor providers, hyperscalers are building in-house AI accelerators optimized for their own workloads. Custom silicon reduces dependency and tightens ecosystem control. But designing chips is expensive and time-consuming. It requires long-term planning and supply chain coordination. When multiple companies simultaneously pursue custom hardware strategies, the competitive intensity escalates. There is also a geographic component. Data center expansion is spreading beyond traditional hubs. Companies are acquiring land in new states, negotiating tax incentives, and diversifying infrastructure footprints. This reduces concentration risk and positions firms closer to energy resources or fiber backbones. The physical footprint of big tech is expanding rapidly. Cooling technology has become another front in the arms race. AI racks generate extraordinary heat. Advanced liquid cooling systems, immersion techniques, and redesigned airflow systems are being deployed at scale. Thermal management determines how densely hardware can be packed and how efficiently it can operate. Higher density means more compute per square foot. In this race, efficiency translates directly into performance advantage. Networking infrastructure is also critical. AI clusters require ultra-fast interconnects to move data between thousands of processors simultaneously. High bandwidth, low latency networking solutions are essential. Investments in advanced networking fabrics and optical systems are increasing. The companies that optimize interconnect performance can train larger models more effectively. Why is this race just getting started? Because we are still in the early scaling phase of AI integration. Enterprises are only beginning to embed AI into core workflows. Robotics adoption is accelerating. On-device AI is expanding. Edge computing is growing. All of this increases demand for underlying infrastructure. At the same time, regulatory and geopolitical factors add pressure. Export controls on advanced chips, domestic semiconductor incentives, and energy policy shifts are influencing strategic decisions. Infrastructure is no longer just about performance. It is about resilience and alignment with national priorities. Capital allocation reflects this reality. Big tech companies are committing tens of billions of dollars annually to infrastructure projects. These investments extend years into the future. Unlike consumer product cycles, infrastructure decisions have long-term consequences. Once a data center campus is built or a chip architecture is deployed, strategic paths become more defined. There's also an ecosystem effect. Suppliers of transformers, cooling systems, networking components, and construction services are experiencing heightened demand. The ripple effect extends beyond tech firms themselves. Entire industrial supply chains are adjusting to support. Why does this matter for the broader economy? Because infrastructure concentration can shape competitive dynamics for years. Companies with deeper infrastructure control can offer better pricing, faster performance, and more reliable enterprise services. Smaller competitors may struggle to match that scale. This could widen the gap between hyperscalers and emerging players. At the same time, the arms race carries risk. Overbuilding is a possibility if demand projections prove overly optimistic. Energy constraints could slow expansion. Regulatory scrutiny could intensify around environmental impact. But for now, the momentum is clear. Big Tech's infrastructure arms race is driven by a simple equation. AI growth equals compute demand. Compute demand equals physical infrastructure. Physical infrastructure requires capital, energy, land, and long-term planning. The visible side of technology, the apps, devices, and platforms, rests on this foundation. In the coming years, the companies that win may not be those with the flashiest product demos. They may be those that secured the most resilient infrastructure. The race is not just about innovation. It is about control over the physical systems that power innovation. And in 2026, that race is accelerating, not slowing down. The real competition in tech is no longer just digital. It is industrial.